Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas into stuff you can actually use. Today, we're cracking open the playbook of Oz Pearlman, the mentalist who seems to read minds. And get this, he walked away from a huge Wall Street career just to master the art of understanding people.
But let's kick things off with a wild insight Oz shared. Something about human psychology that you're probably getting wrong like every single day. It's a tiny mistake that can make people feel threatened by you, and you won't even have a clue you're doing it.
Okay, check this out. It's actually wired deep inside our brains. Oz says that for thousands of years, two eyes coming straight at us meant one thing: predator. It's an ancient threat signal. But if you just turn your body a little bit, approaching at an angle so they mainly see one eye, bam, that threat signal vanishes. People instantly feel more comfortable with you. It's that simple.
So, let's get into the rest of the playbook. That little trick is just the tip of the iceberg. Oz Pearlman left a high-paying job at Merrill Lynch to become one of the world's greatest mentalists, all because he figured out these skills weren't about magic. They were about human connection. And that's the whole secret right there. It's not magic, it's a skill you can learn. It's all about understanding human behavior. So in this explainer, we're going to break down his 3 most powerful lessons, so you can start reading people, building trust, and honestly getting out of your own way. All right, let's dive into lesson 1, how to read their mind. And no, we're not talking about some psychic power here. We're talking about learning how to see what someone is actually thinking just by paying closer attention.
You see, the key thing to get is that this is a practical skill. It's all about noticing the tiny little details that give away what's really going on in someone's head. And it's a skill you can use everywhere, in business, in your relationships, you name it. You know, one of the first questions everybody asks Oz is about spotting lies. And look, it's not like in the movies where there's one single tell. But he does have this really simple, really powerful framework to help you get a lot closer to the truth. So here's how it works. Step 1, you have to establish their benchmark. What do they look and sound like when they're telling the truth? Get a feel for their normal rhythm. Once you have that baseline, you watch for deviations. When you ask a tricky question, do they suddenly give you way more detail or way less? Does their voice get higher? Finally, trust your instincts. Oz says we all have a natural BS detector, we just forgot how to listen to it. Okay, so now that you know how to read people, let's build on that with lesson 2, how to become unforgettable. This is about more than just watching them. It's about connecting with them in a way that builds real trust and leaves a serious impression. This right here, this is the golden rule of influence. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're selling something, leading a team, or on a first date. The second you stop thinking about yourself and start thinking about them, you basically unlock a superpower. It's all about tuning into their world. And this chart just lays it out perfectly, right? Most of us are just broadcasting. Me, me, me. A mentalist, or really anyone who's great at communicating, tunes into the other person's frequency. They listen for the problem, for what's holding them back, and then they shape their message to solve for that. Speaking of making it about them, Oz says a whopping 95% of us make this critical mistake the second we meet someone new, and it's the exact reason we instantly forget their name. So Oz has this genius trick for this, and he says he got it from a shampoo bottle. You know, lather, rinse, repeat. His is listen, repeat, reply. Step 1, listen. I mean, really listen. Quiet your own mind. Step 2, repeat their name right back to them. Stephen, great to meet you. Step 3, reply by connecting their name to something. Jacob, I dig that shirt. It creates this powerful mental hook. Try it. You will be amazed. And that leads us to our final lesson. And honestly, this might be the most important one of all. It's about overcoming fear. We're talking about that one big thing that holds most of us back from ever reaching our goals. Yep, the fear of rejection. Whether it's asking for a raise, starting a company, or just asking someone out, that fear can be absolutely paralyzing. It stops us dead in our tracks. But Oz, who got rejected constantly as a performer, figured out this amazing mental trick to basically neutralize it. He calls it the 2 personas method. Here's what he did. He created 2 different versions of himself in his head. There was Oz Pearlman, the guy, the real person, and then there was Oz the entertainer, the performer.
So whenever he went up to a table to perform and got shut down, it didn't feel like a personal attack. In his mind, they didn't reject me, they rejected the entertainer. See how that works? It's like a shield for your ego. By creating a professional persona, the salesperson, the leader, whatever, you let that identity take the rejections while your core self stays safe. It gives you the freedom to take huge risks.
Okay, but what about the smaller fears? You know, that phone call you keep putting off, or that awkward conversation you're avoiding? For that stuff, Oz has another super simple but really powerful mind hack. He calls it the 24-hour rule. First, pick that task you're dreading. Second, just do it. Get it over with. Then, and this is the magic part, set an alarm on your phone for exactly 24 hours from now. When that alarm goes off, ask yourself one question. How do I feel about that task now? And the answer is almost always nothing. The anxiety is gone. You're fast-forwarding your brain past the dread, proving to yourself that the fear was temporary. Now, as Oz always says, inspiration is totally useless if you don't do anything with it. So to help you actually put all these secrets into practice, we're going to end with a simple 3-day mentalist challenge. That's right. For the next 3 days, you're not just you. You're a mentalist in training, and you're going to test these ideas out in the real world. So here is your mission. Day 1, go meet someone new and use that listen, repeat, reply method. Day 2, pitch an idea to someone, but frame it completely around what's in it for them. And day 3, use the 24-hour rule to finally crush that one task you've been putting off, and just notice how it feels. So, which of these ideas really resonated with you? Are you going to try creating a second persona? Or maybe that 24-hour rule? I'd love to know what you think. Drop a comment below and tell us which technique you're going to try first. Thanks for watching. And remember, the real magic isn't reading minds, it's about understanding people. Make sure you subscribe to The Explainer so you don't miss our next deep dive into the tools and habits that lead to success.